Hey, how's it going, boys? What is up? Sora's back once again, and yes, this is it. Our 2020 anniversary, or well, six birthday anniversary draw set, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this is what do you want? Advice, I guess, on which to pick, I suppose. Before I get into this, I'm just gonna put in some disclaimers and stuff on how am I gonna do this video or whatever. So I'm only going to talk about the limited stuff that is included in this ticket, right? Like all the limited characters, the seasonals, the grand characters, and blah blah blah, and all that stuff. The summons, you probably can ignore that. The weapons, you can ignore that as well, because there's no reason for you to aim for those, because they're not that needed anyway. I mean, like, the summons are so bad. Like, what was it included again, the summer ones? Where's the summer one? Yeah, this one. Where's the other ones? Yeah, this one, this one, this one. Like, why? It's not like it includes like fucking Shiva or some shit. Like, fucking hell. You don't need any of them, man. And all this, the other standard summons you see, you can technically get from like just normal Suptix, right? So there's really no reason for you to do that. Once again, and another thing is like, before I go into this, I also want to point out that you should have some patience. For those guys who have already picked their anniversary ticket or whatever, sure, by all means, you don't even need this video anyway. You can just close this video. If you want to give me watch time, sure, by all means, make sure to leave a like and subscribe too while you're at it. The main reason why I said that, to have at least some patience, is especially for those guys who are trying to pick up like grand characters or whatever, stuff like that. Come on, we're gonna get Flash Fest and Lake Fest for this entire period, because this is all the way until April 1st, right? So you have all the way for, it includes both Flash and Lake Fest. This is for roulette stuff. You can actually, if you just pick, like, say for example, if you pick like Shiva or some shit right now, and then all of a sudden the upcoming Flash, who knows, we might actually get it in the next few days, and then Flash comes out and then your roulette just rolls Shiva. What you gonna do then? There goes your fucking 3KN, right? Why do you want to punish yourself like that? Don't do that, man. Just wait for a bit. This thing, it's not gonna go anywhere, right? Just have one freaking month. Just have some patience. I don't know why there's a lot of people out there that are like super impatient, right? Especially when just grand characters, and just, oh my god, must buy, you know, and stuff like that. Especially for those guys who are trying to go for the grand characters. Also, I would also kind of want to point out for summer characters. Summer characters, if you're planning to aim for any of the summer characters, you should also hold on, because we are going to get summer. There's very likely we're gonna get all the summer characters gonna be, it might not be all the characters get boosted, but we're gonna have summer banner within this month. So there's a chance for that happening. There's, well, not a chance, there's probably very likely to be happening. So you want to hold on to that as well. If you're planning to at least pick like a summer character of some sort, hold on to that, because you might get it for all we know. Alright, so anyway, let's get in right into it. So like I said earlier, I'm only going to speak or talk about the limited characters that you don't really see in a normal standard Suptix, right? So like Altair and Siegfried, obviously I'm just going to skip them because they're all normal characters, right? I'm going to talk about like, you know, the summer ones or whatever, the Halloween, all that stuff, like, yeah, the grand characters, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'll talk about all that, yeah? So first and foremost, we're gonna go each and every element one by one. So we're gonna start off with fire. First one, we have Summer Percival. To speed up in some parts of the video, you can ignore him, his shit anyway. Summer Beatrix is still somewhat okay, but for for any ticket kind of value, she's not really that great. Summer EO, you can ignore, she's useless to have. Halloween Danoa, you can ignore as well, is useless as hell. Rakam, yeah, no. If you really want a usable character, I wouldn't even go for Rakam, man. Seriously. If you want to go for the weapon, I'm pretty certain if you just go for Ixaba or some shit anyway. So yeah, Rakam, Summer Ilsa is okay, but not that great. Yeah, because she's very very situational by having whatever grids that's just meant to fit her or whatever stuff like that, or character setups and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of huge ways to actually use it on her. A lot of people will go for Shiva because, well, Shiva is still relatively strong, but I think in this day and age, because Fire has gotten a lot of like new setups and stuff like that, different compositions, people are actually somewhat pushing Shiva aside, but you can't really go wrong having Shiva anyway, because Shiva is still relatively a very very strong DPSer and stuff like that, and his weapon does help you well, get a better OTK setup, right? So that works. But yeah, once again, just wait until the end of the roulette if you want to consider that. So probably one of the best tickets, one best for Fire, because you can use this to build up your Agni grid or Primal grid, and the character is relatively nice as well after the rebalance. She's much usable now. Yeah, definitely usable even right now. It's much easier to use compared to before. So yeah, if you want to consider any of the stuff that I mentioned, sure, I think Strum is not too bad to grab as well. Okay, so water, we have Katarina. Katarina's full movement break is pretty good actually. She's relatively nice. You can probably feed her in like quite a few setups too. Her weapon is a little bit yikes right now, but the weapon is still definitely usable to a certain extent, but I don't really suggest you borrowing that though. Because there are way other better weapons to use for Varuna grids compared to, well, it's not 2017, right? So yeah, you you definitely don't really want to do that. But yeah, Katarina as a character at full limit break is pretty damn good. She definitely helped me too, because like when it comes to, you know, like the Great Wall battle thing, she was pretty cool. She definitely helped me in that regard. So I mean, you can use her in other situations as well for sure, but like I'm just giving like one example. So yeah, she's alright. So Son of Fawn is pretty nice too, but like I would say he's relatively situational too, because I think he shines more when it comes to like when you're using Varuna critical grid or whatever. If you're having that grid, I think Son of Fawn is pretty damn strong. But Son of Fawn is still very very situational though, for like that kind of for his skill set and all the other say characters that Water has these days. I don't really think you really want to waste like such a huge value of this ticket on this guy. It's not really that, you know, important. So yeah, Summer Europa is pretty damn good for like, especially like the one similar case for Son of Fawn. It's really good for like crit builds and stuff like that, and well, she looks damn good, right? A lot of people probably pick her because PP, right? So yeah, pretty damn good character. So like I said, if you're aiming for that crit grid or whatever stuff for Varuna, yeah, sure, I don't see why anyway. But yeah, once again, a quick reminder, Summer might be around soon, so try your luck there first before picking her, I guess. So next, Summer Greer. Summer Greer until today, I think she's definitely still being used when it comes to OTK setup, or even like just using her in general in standard setups. You can still somewhat see it being used, but I don't think it's really being emphasized too much these days, because like, yeah, there's way too many other like good water characters to use now. But it's still pretty good though. I mean, I'm still using her probably. Well, the main reason for that is because I don't really have any other setups to go for, right? So nothing I can do. So like, especially if you're needing like say for example like the upcoming Guild War in April, yeah, if you have really problems dealing damage, Summer Greer is definitely a character that will help you, especially when you have like the likes of Vajira, I guess, the Doggo Zodiac character. If you have that with her, yeah, it's pretty damn strong. Europa as a normal character, well, yeah, you can use her for like your standard staff setup for Magna, or even the likes of well, for Farsan and all that stuff, because I'm using for Farsan as well. But besides that, her character itself is pretty damn nice. You can still use it for like very defensive options because she heals and then gives you defense up, and then she has the fire element switch thingy and stuff like that. It helps. She's pretty damn defensive, very nice defensive character that helps. And well, Magna, if you're using Magna Grid's staff character, pretty nice, right? Or if you really want like an offensive-ish character instead of a defensive character like this, you can just use the, well, summer version, I guess, if you want. But besides that, her weapon though, her weapon is definitely being used if you're planning to, like, you know, get another one for like your Varuna grids or whatever. Pretty nice. Yeah, if you're going for that setup, the crit whatever stuff, pretty nice. So yeah, you can just go for that because big stamina, crit, medium crit, can't go wrong with that, right? Christmas Arulu, I think you can just ignore this. She on release she was pretty good though. Yeah, on release she was pretty good, but I think you can ignore her now because she's a little bit clunky. But yeah, she's kind of clunky because she has to use that stupid buff thingy and she has to Ogi quite often and stuff. I mean, you can still kind of use her, but like, nah, I don't really think you really want to pick her. The best term for her, she's a little bit too outdated now. Yeah. Drang, ball. If you're considering this, you're probably either just picking for the ball, am I right? it's ball, man. Can't go wrong with the balls. Same case as Ixaba, basically. If you're going to pick for Strum, you're just picking for the freaking Ixaba, right? Let's be honest here. And then if you're picking Drang, you're picking just for the freaking ball. Come on, don't lie to yourself. But to be fair though, ever since the rework for Drang is actually pretty damn good right now. Especially, he's like, and not to mention, right, that's speaking of that, like I was mentioning the Great Wall earlier on Katarina. Drang is like a super like MVP for that raid, man. If you haven't cleared your thing yet, well, this probably is gonna make your life a lot easier having this character, because Drang is pretty damn nice right now. Next is Summer Cagliostro. Okay, Summer Cagliostro is probably one of the most important character to have when it comes to like building your critical Varuna grid. If you do not have Cagliostro, I honestly don't know why you want to go for crit build in the first place, because of like whatever skill set that she has, because she has that keen thingy, the keen effect thingy, and then she gives like supplemental damage and blah blah blah, gives you the deluge crest and gives you crit rate, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's like definitely perfect for that specific setup you're planning to go for. So if you're planning to go for that, by all means go for it. But yeah, once again, just wait for your roulettes to go through first. If haven't gotten that yet, then sure, go pick her. Next is Dianta, yet another outdated character. She was probably one of the strongest characters on release, but now she's you can technically just ignore her too, because she's very, very outdated. Her rework did make her a lot better though, but like she's still somewhat on the side, you know, not really that great anymore. It's just maybe in like specific setups where you want to like just do like a burst heavy turn or whatever, you know, like just use a triple attack, get hype, and then Shiva or whatever, then yeah, maybe she will work. But that thing is so situational, right? You use it only like on specific cases and stuff like that to actually make it fully like really working. So there's really no reason for you to go for that, because for like once again, for a value such as this ticket, I don't think I would consider wasting it on the likes of her either way. Yeah. So next is Folia. Folia is probably one of the best grand characters on water too, right, at this moment. Yeah, like ever since her rework, she became so damn strong from what I recall. Kinda want to get her too, but yeah. But besides that, her weapon as well is also being used because big attack 2, big crit. You know where am I going with this? Yeah. Once again, Varuna critical grid. definitely something that you want to go for. If you're planning to aim for that, you definitely need at least 1 or 2 of folia bows. Yeah, can't go wrong having the character and the weapon itself. Next one, Naru Summer. Good skin. Yep, good skin. That's all. Alright, water's done. Oh wait, where's I missed Summer Izmir. Blizzard. Blizzard. Nothing else more I can say about her, just Blizzard. You just use her for Blizzard. Yeah, Baha HL stuff. With your song setup and your Esser, yeah. Blizzard basically, yeah. You just use it for Blizzard. Alright, moving on to Earth. Okay, first is Samavira. Samavira's rework definitely made her much more viable in today's like content, I guess, like how you want to use her and stuff like that, especially with the help of Octo giving her meters so she can consistently Ogi to reduce her cooldowns and shit. Her weapon probably can ignore for now. But yeah, her character as a whole is pretty nice, especially if you really have like if you have like Summer Alex, right? You can use her and bind together with Summer Alex and go Fasa and stuff like that. That you can probably go with that. I think some people are still going into that setup, but honestly, I think, like I said, once again, I'm gonna pull up the value of this anniversary ticket. I don't think you will want to go for Vera anyway. There's definitely other characters worth picking. Next is we have the original Alex. So original Alex is being added in this year, if I recall correctly, as in for this specific ticket, because last year she wasn't in there. So Alex, both character and weapon are still really strong to... Wait, no. The character itself is still really strong to this day. Weapon, not so much. But you can still kind of use it, but end of the day, I think you only need 1 copy of it anyway. So if you have extra dupes and stuff, yeah, you can just do that, right? I don't think you want to waste a Damascus bar for it. I did though, but yeah, what can I do? Because I've never actually gotten Alex from a roll before, so yeah, I got that going for me. But yeah, it works for like Highlander stuff. The character is just still really strong, but honestly, it's just like a kind of like a situational thing out too, I would say, because you can technically use either the summer version or the original version, because both somewhat works anyway. Since we're at this already, I'm just gonna talk about the summer version as well, because both of them have like 2 different roles, right? They technically are still defensive-ish, but from what I can see, the summer version are more geared towards like the offensive type, right? Because she can do like extra nukes on Ogi and I mean at the end of turn and stuff like that, right? For the summer version, while we're at it, her weapon though, where is she? Where the hell is she? It's so confusing talking to that. Ah, there she is. Yeah. So for Summer Alex, right, her weapon can somewhat be used for like your Titan OTK or something, but I don't think you want to bar that too either way. It's kind of like a huge waste. But yeah. And also another thing to keep in mind is that the summer version doesn't have that passive of like the original one, where if you have Earth attack up thingy and then it adds another extra 30% thing. The summer one doesn't have. So let's say if you use, like say if you don't even have Alex, right? If your damage is not that consistent, I would actually suggest you to use the original one, because you can actually make use of that with the help of Octo and stuff like that, because it's relatively easy to consistently keep that up with the help of Octo, because Octo is just gonna Ogi non-stop anyway, and he gives you Earth attack up. So if you pair Octo with Alex, both of them are katana based as well, so it's gonna be very helpful. So honestly, both versions of Alex is really strong. It's just really based on your current situation, like, but yeah, like I said earlier. Yeah, and also another thing is that if you're planning to bring Summer Alex into Fasan, which is honestly perfect for it, but you have to also keep in mind that the summer version do not have this spell. So if you're planning to use her for Fasan and, well, skin purposes, if you're planning to do that, you have to make sure that you bring a Dispel character. You can either use like Summer Vera, or you can also use Magisa, which I'm probably going to get into it later. So yeah, both Alex are great. Probably, if you ask me, when it comes to like the weapon priority, I would say the the original one will probably be used more compared to the summer one. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Alright, next we have Summer Rosetta. Summer Rosetta is probably for Earth Titan players who wants to race in Baja HL, I guess. I guess that's really about it. There's really no other reason why you want to use Summer Rosetta anyway, because that's how she is. Alright, next we have Valentine Medusa, right? Yeah. Valentine Medusa is super situational. Like really, really situational. You can use her in certain Ogi base setup that makes you allow you to like burst down relatively heavy and shit, but honestly, no. Just don't. She's more like a skin to me, if you ask me. Yeah. She's a very nice looking skin. Okay. Oh boy, alright. This one. Woo! Halloween Zeta Vaseraga. Oh man, they are so freaking strong. Holy shit. I don't even know where I want to start when it comes to this character. Oh my god, we have another one back to back too. Holy shit. But Zeta Vaseraga, man, they are like the fucking auto attack gods for Earth teams, man. Especially when you're using the whole Kane, the Kame setup, not Kane, sorry. If you're combining them with Kame, right? Kame can copy their freaking skill, man. It's freaking insane, dude. Like, holy shit. They have 100% triple. They have the stupid crazy echo and shit. My god, dude. You really can't go wrong with that. Like, holy damn. If you really want like a very strong like character to go with your Kame setup or whatever stuff, yeah, you can consider them. But yeah, one thing to pay attention to is that, especially if you want to like, for some reason you want to bring them to Fasan or whatever, they do consider two different races into one character. So yeah, that's the only thing you have to keep in mind. But yeah, auto attacks. Whew. I want them, but I don't have them. Yeah, you can consider that. And not to mention, they are also not technically part of the whole seasonal thing in this entire month. So you can kind of consider picking them right now too, because I don't think you see Halloween characters being shown in this entire month anyway. Yeah. Alright. Next is Christmas Magisa. Oh yeah, weapons are kind of mediocre anyway, and if I recall correctly, none of these weapons do have full limit break yet, so you can just technically ignore them for now. But yeah, anyway, Magisa is another yet super strong character, but she's more focused on like utility wise, because she's also, you have to keep in mind, she's a crest character. So now that Lumberjack has been released already, I could potentially see Earth players, or like in whatever Magna, or was that Titan players using the likes of Lumberjack with Opus main hand, and then you just use Magisa with like Octo, whatever, blah blah blah, Summer, Alex, whichever, and then you just keep blasting shit. She's just so strong, man, because she increases your Ogi specs, if I recall correctly, based on the crest, and not to mention she has that insane third skill of hers, which whenever she has full crest, she gains crazy amount of stuff. She automatically nukes like really really hard, and her autos and her Ogi cap is like off the roof. Yeah, if you're using like, if you still really like using the likes of Octo and stuff, Magisa definitely helps, right? So yeah, Magisa is probably one of the I would consider a popular pick in this specific anniversary ticket. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so next is Eugen. Still waiting for his full limit break. Been teased until like last year until today, and yeah, but his actual character is not too bad, I guess. He's definitely still relatively nice. Oops, because of his ignition. Him being able to provide meter to other characters as well, he's kind of like a a pseudo, or I wouldn't say budget, right? Because he's a grand character. But he's kind of like the pseudo Octo, like the mini version of Octo, I would say. Because this guy can nuke relatively often, and he can also provide meter and shit. So he's still pretty nice as a character to use with Octo as well. I would put it that way too. And the other thing is his AK. His weapon, I would still think that it's one of the weapons that probably still being used when it comes to building your Titan grid. Both Kame / Highlander grid or the actual the full Titan grid, right? Where you mix both Ichigos and AK. So yeah, pretty damn solid pick too. I would consider that is after roulette ends or whatever. Okay, next we have Halloween Eustace. His rework is actually made him pretty nice. If I recall correctly, his rework is a much better version than his original. Like he does his nuke stuff, his CA cap is just way higher and stuff like that. He's not so clunky anymore from what I recall. His weapon is still dog shit though, either way. You can technically ignore his weapon. But yeah, his character is pretty decent and stuff like that. But once again, with this ticket, I wouldn't really consider him at all. He's alright, but nah. Alright, next we have Summer Jessica. No, skin. Good skin. Other than that, no. Just don't. Yeah, Summer Alex, I already talked about it. Clarice, top tier skin again. Just don't. Yeah, skin. Alright. My boy Kane. Okay. So this guy is still super insanely good as a support character. So when it comes to support character, you either pick Chicken, as in Makira, or Kane. You pick one. But if you ask me, Kane is probably a much better character to pick anyway when it comes to like as a support character for your Earth lineup, because of his crazy passive that provides echo and shit, and then he allows you to debuff, and he also buffs the entire team to allow your entire team to be a little bit more consistent and shit like that. Yeah, he's pretty good. And well, his weapon, same case for Drank, same case for Ixaba, Sturm, I mean. If you get them, basically you want the weapon as well, so you get that for the weapon. There's not much else for me to say about that. Both the character and the weapon is, well, super insane. Alright, the last character for Earth is Christmas Naru. Probably the most popular pick, I think. I'm guessing this is probably going to be the number one character that everyone is going to pick in this ticket. Yeah, because... Do I need to say more? I mean, look at her. Jesus Christ. But besides that, her character itself is insane, man. To put it simply, right, Christmas Naru is like a DPS god. I always label her that way. If you need a character to do DPS for you, get Christmas Naru. As simple as that. She does DPS like... Whew. But the problem with that is that she's just very selfish, right? She's a very selfish character that she does everything on her own. Similar to like, take like how Full Lumen Break 6 does. He's basically a very selfish character, but he does so much damage, right? Just imagine that, but with tits and in a very nice looking outfit. I don't know what else to actually explain or emphasize how she is, but yeah, she's a very crazy DPS character, man. So like, she's probably like the best character to have as a DPS on Earth right now, I would say. I think even she's probably, I would even say that she might be even stronger than Zeta Vaseraga in a way, because she's, I don't know, less clunky, I guess, but at the same time, but I would also consider like Zeta Vaseraga being on par with her too, because they have like plus and minus things, but they're like somewhat on the same tier, so they just DPS so well, right? So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's it for Earth. Let's move on to Wind. Okay, Wind. Christmas Cereal. Veilbot. That's it. He's a Veilbot. Enough said. But you don't need that, man. Okay, just move along. He's a great skin though. Rosetta, you only probably use her for Guild War or some shit, which is already over, so I don't see why you want to go for it. Yeah. But just for her weapon, I suppose, if you're in Zeph or whatever, her weapon is still definitely being used, or even like for the likes of if you're using Morigna Grid, her weapon definitely helps too, so yeah, keep that in mind. Lucia, on the other hand, is probably still being used because of the insane Rune Slayer setup that Wind can provide or do. And not to mention, the weapon is also somewhat being used as like a main hand and stuff purposes. Similar case as Rosetta's Love Eternal. Weapon still being good, but you can also use that at the same time in your grid and shit. But I would also consider these days her Lucia's weapon is kind of like, you shouldn't exactly bar it in a way these days, because I feel like you can make use of Love Eternal or like the likes of Grimnir and stuff like that instead, using those weapons instead, you know, to fill in your grid. And then not to mention you have like what, 1 or 2 Monica's katanas or some shit like that. You don't really use Reunion all too much these days. Reunion is more like being used for like just bumping up your HP as a Zeph a little bit better, right? And at the same time have a little bit extra damage. But if you really want something like that, you might as well just go for Grimnir's weapon, right? Because Grimnir's weapon does both of them and, well, gives you damage, right? And lots of HP at the same time. So yeah, it's like you're just going for the character, and just the weapon is kind of like a plus, right? So yeah, I guess if you need something like that, by all means. Honestly, I don't think I would consider these 2 characters at all for anniversary ticket. Okay, Samajan. Oh boy. Oh boy. Starting to remember my mistakes again. Skin. I would consider her a skin, but honestly her character itself, it's still somewhat usable, but she got power creep so hard, man. She's so outdated now, so nah, I wouldn't even bother getting her anymore. She's, oh man, pretty sad. Alright, next. Oh, Christmas Meteon. Oh man, this guy, he's a very interesting character. I remember when I saw him for the first time last few months, right? Oh man, Christmas Meteon does so much DPS though. He's kind of like, he's similar to, he has this very similar role as like how Zeta Vasuraga and like the likes of Christmas Naru does, but like the way he does it is different, because there are times where he can triple attack, but there are times where he's forced to single attack. But like each hit, because of his amplified damage passive, thing just gives him so much damage. So even though he single attacks, right, he also has the nuke that he does automatically at the end of turn. It kind of accommodates the damage loss that he has when, you know, when he triples attack, right? He doesn't do triple attack, single attacks, but when you're able to make him triple attack, his deeps is whoo! Damn, as a Win Zap player or whatever, you just want to go autos and shit. Ah man, you definitely want this character, man. Ooh. I think I would even consider him probably like one of the popular picks too, if you want like a DPS character for Win. He's really, really nice, man. And not to mention he's actually relatively helpful too when it comes to like OTK setups, if I recall correctly. Because his Ogi is relatively higher than usual too, and then he automatically nukes at the end of turn, so... And his nukes is quite hard as well, you have to keep that in mind, so it's pretty nice, man. I'm actually fairly surprised at how he actually turned out to be, because I don't remember like mentioning any of this on like when he was released and shit. His... God damn, man, he's really, really good, man, yeah. God damn. I wish I actually had him too, but... The Tree Nice Christmas character that was released last year, I didn't get. I'm so fucking sad, dude. Fucking hell. Alright, moving on. Next we have Summer Core. Summer Core is, well, very nice skin, but yeah, I think all versions of Core is a little bit pega now. I think the one that is relatively okay to use right now is at least a summer version. Her original version is dog shit. But yeah, she's super dated now. You can probably use her, but just pick like if you really need like a good character like for a win, right? Just pick the one I just mentioned, man. Christmas Meteon will just solve all your problems anyway. Alright, moving on. Summer Sig, same case. Dog shit character. Even though rework as well, he's so freaking weak. He's like, until today, right? Even after the rework, I still don't even know what the hell is he trying to do. It's like they are trying to design him to be a tank and DPS at the same time, but like he doesn't even do well in both, right? He's like, I'm not even sure he's considered in the middle or not, but he does so bad in like both cases. So it's like, fuck him, you know. His weapon is kind of like whatever too. Summer UL. Last I recall, she actually killed off the server too when she was released last year, because I lost. Yeah, her portrait is very, very delicious. But either way, her character, you can kind of use her for like certain bursty setups because she has like the plain damage and stuff like that. She's not too bad. She's honestly not too bad, but yeah, once again, for the sake of this value of this ticket, I wouldn't pick her at all. Just wait until like if you really, really, really want her or some shit, just try to roll her in roulette, or I don't know, wait for the actual summer to roll for her or something, right? Okay. I think that's it for my win. Alright, time for light. And now we have Hair Potato. Oh man, Hair Potato. Whew! Damn, her rework on the recent, like, I think it happened quite recently, like 1 or 2 months ago. Damn, her rework is fantastic, dude. She nukes so hard, she can tank so well, and she dispels and all that stuff. She can heal, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. She's pretty damn nice for Fasan too, but like, if you're using her with Funfu, yeah, you have to keep that in mind. Because both of them are using the same race, right? But yeah, she nukes relatively well. She's somewhat like on the same boat as the likes of how do I say? I guess Magisa in a way. She has like utility wise, she's like a utility-ish character, but at the same time she can do DPS relatively well because she consistently nukes. Because when she Ogis, she automatically nukes and stuff like that, and then you can immediately just press whenever it's off cooldown that nuke as well. She nukes relatively hard, and then she can also heal, she can sub, all that stuff. She's relatively good, works in OTK as well. Can't go wrong, I think. She's relatively good now ever since they reworked her. Halloween Potato. Blue Pot. You want Blue Pot? There you go, Blue Pot. I don't think I have anything else to say about her, just Blue Pot. Oh man, alright. Sorry. I'm not sure why I almost say that as Halloween, but Summer Hamel. Oh man. Summer Hamel, I would even consider right now, they're probably still kind of like arguably the strongest DPS light character they have right now. Like a lot of players who actually want to like race or DPS or whatever, Hamel is just really, really strong. And yeah, I don't think there's really not much else to say about them. To just do really, really good DPS if you need a character like that. Sure, by all means. Can't go wrong with that. But yeah, once again, just keep in mind, if you want a summer character, just wait till roulette ends or some shit like that. Alright, next we have Summer Zeta. Skin sucks a lot of winners. Hellas, same case, sucks a lot of winner too, but she has ODA though. She has OD Assassin, good skin as well. Getting a new EX post too, so even better of a skin. Next we have Lucio. You're probably getting him just for you, am I right? But let's be honest here. Ever since Lucio got fucking reworked, he's probably another yet crazy ass character now. Oh man, he is so damn strong. So yeah, another character to probably consider if you're trying to, you know, get up your Wind Zeus. I mean Light Zeus grid. You can even use his character. Both his weapon and characters are really good. Can't go wrong with that. And yeah, remember, grand character. Wait until Flash ends first before considering. Yeah. Summer Norris. Summer Norris is actually relatively good as well when it comes to OTK. Oh man, he's probably like a super... I don't know, man. His character is so damn strong, man. You press one button and you immediately get like a free Baha buff, right? And not to mention his buff also stacks with Baha, so... And then he's also kind of like a pseudo, what you call that, character that you can somewhat fill in when it comes to doing in using setting up a team for Fasan, right? As a light player, you can actually consider using him too. So I guess you can kind of consider that if you're looking for a character like that. Christmas Metera. She's... I would say she's still somewhat being used these days, but I don't think she's really being used too much. Because honestly, Metera is... Christmas version of Metera also has the similar setup to like the other versions, like the fire one. Yeah, I would consider she's much closer to her fire version, because she's a DPS heavy character. She nukes here and there. Yeah, basically just that really. I don't think you really want to get her though. I feel like the other characters in light for when it comes to seasonal is definitely a much better pick compared to the likes of Christmas Metera. Yeah. But yeah, she's in a way still a relatively nice character and stuff like that. Nice skin too, I suppose. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. Grand Vera is... I would also consider her still somewhat being used in certain setups. But by certain setups, I mean very defensive setups. And also Fasan. If you do not have that as well, you can consider getting her. She's pretty good for Fasan. She tanks and can take Paradise Lost for you and shit like that. So yeah. And not to mention her weapon certificates is pretty damn good. And not to mention you can also use that with the likes of Lumberjack. Yeah. So it's you can actually do that. Lumberjack is pretty nice. You can use that as the main hand. And then not to mention you can also use that to fit in your grid, especially if you're using Zeus. I guess you can kind of make it work with just one if you're using Magna as well, but at the same time, I think you only consider that to use her weapon only in Primal though. And not to mention, once again, her weapon, I would only consider using it as dupes instead of borrowing them. Unless you're really that desperate, then sure, I guess that works too. If you want, that works. I don't think that's really I don't think that's a bad idea either way. Okay, so moving on. Oh boy, Halloween Hallie. Oh man, she hits and autos and provides a lot of damage to a lot of to your party. She's a pretty damn good DPS character when it comes to like certain setup as well. I mean, by herself, she works well by herself, and then you have that other skill of hers that allows to provide extra supplemental damage to like your remaining party and shit. I remember I actually used it with the likes of Lucio and shit. And if you have the likes of Grand John even, oh man, that's even gonna be even crispier. I would even consider Halloween Hallie being a relatively okay character to pick for this ticket as well, because she can provide quite a bit, but at the same time, like we did have a light favorite Guild War not too long ago. I did not exactly use her in there because she's kind of like a glass cannon, so yeah, you need to keep that in mind. She hits relatively great, she can cap relatively easy, but yeah, keep in mind she's a glass cannon. She can die relatively fast, so yeah. Especially when she gets hit very often, she can potentially be somewhat weak. So if you're in a raid where she consistently gets hit, you can kind of like ignore that. Don't really want to bring her in there. Grand EO. Full limit break. Doko. Still waiting for that full limit break. Oh man, this shit's a few months late on that full limit break. I mean, Guild Wars is already long over. Well, yeah. Character-wise and weapon-wise, very outdated. I mean, it used to be the case that you used the weapon before, but I don't think that's the case anymore because there's quite a few other choices Light can make right now instead of using Gamba. And not to mention her character itself is even after the rework, she's pretty freaking Pepega anyway. Yeah. So yeah, moving on. Just waiting for full limit break. Christmas Mary. Christmas Mary. How do I put this? Treasure hunt. Pseudo Delafield Earth. Yeah, you just get like random loot if you just slot her in. I don't think you need a character like that. I don't think you want to burn your this ticket just for that. You know what's funny? I actually did use my anniversary ticket on her 2 years ago. Well, the main reason I did that 2 years ago is because the funny part about that is that during that time where all the seasonal characters was in the pool at that time, I've already gotten like majority of all the seasonal characters, so it's like might as well just get her, right? Because she's one of the one or two characters I do not have yet at that time, so yeah. All right, moving on. Let's move on finally to Dark. Okay, all right, Dark. First character for Dark, let's see. Black Knight. Oh man, ever since she got her full limit break, Black Knight is insane, man. She is so damn nice. Her weapon is relatively nice as well. Similar case as you know, for Earth, for AK, you know, Earth Eugen's weapon. Similar case where you know you can kind of slot in at least 1 or 2-ish on your Hades grid and call it a day, or even your Magna kind of works too, I guess, because Magna most of the time you tend to use like Celeste and Elemental, so you can actually use it because there's a lot of raw damage in this weapon. You can kind of make do with that. Yeah, so Blood Gang, even in general, when it comes to like Primal, you don't really need too many of them, so just keep that in mind. You just technically need 1 or 2 at most. I don't think you really want to put too many either way. And Black Knight is a character, her full limit break is just great. She has like double dispel, double delay. She can consistently nuke as long as the HP is below 50% or below, some shit like that. And then she can sub one character and just have one character not take damage or some shit. Yeah, that buff of hers is just really, really strong. She got fear too, but the fear, you don't really use it all too much unless you really, really need it. But yeah, not to mention she's a sword character too. So if you're using like the standard sword, like Ultima or whatever shit like that, she helps because you can have like consistency, right? Oh boy, Olivia. I think these days Olivia is only being used for her weapon. Seeing how Dark is so freaking stacked these days with limited, like strong limited characters and stuff like that, I don't even think you consider using her anymore, unfortunately though. I would just, like, if you're just using her, right, you're just using her for her weapon, like for Zeus and Hades, right? You're just using her weapon. But honestly, if you're planning to build Hades, right, there's only 2 choices. You either go for a weapon or you go for Gislas. There's either one of them. Both works. But I think when it comes to racing, you definitely want to go for Gislas. So yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah. Moving on. Orchid. Oh man, Orchid. She got revamped a while ago. Quite a long time ago, actually, I think. Still pretty meh until today, though. You definitely just use her for the sake of her weapon. You're just using her for the weapon, really. I would even consider, like, I think when it comes to, like, dagger type weapons, that's probably the best main hand weapon you could ask for, because it provides multi-attack and echo to your entire team. Like, holy shit, right? It's just really, really strong. You definitely just grab her for the main hand, really. her character itself is unfortunately quite mediocre in today's standards. Because you have so many other characters, right? Like, holy shit, Dark is so stacked this year. My goodness. Yeah. Main hand good, character not so good. But if you really want her, like, I feel like this, if you're using this ticket for her, I feel like it's a little bit wasted as well. It's better off you just trying to your luck and get her from your roulette or something like that. Christmas Rosetta. No. just no. they did rebalance her, but no. she don't waste your ticket on her. Just don't. She got rebalanced quite a few times too, but like, don't waste your anniversary ticket on her. Trust me, just don't. Alright, next we have Halloween Keglustra. Halloween Keglustra did get a very interesting revamp, if I recall correctly, because she has like Crest now. She also has like the light switch, if I recall correctly. She has like the usual Keglustra buff, because I know Keglustra have like a very, you know, her Ouroboros buff or whatever to the entire team kind of thing. She's kind of alright. Her Crest is alright as well, because she gives like what, light damage reduction, if I recall correctly. And then, yeah, if you're using your Opus as main hand, which is a katana, then sure, I guess. But no, I don't think you want to use your anniversary ticket on her either. I mean, she's interesting and all that stuff. You can kind of see her being used in certain cases, but nah, I think it's better off you just ignoring her for anniversary ticket. Moving on. Yes, Valentine Clarice. Very, very popular character. I remember how everyone wished that she was in the anniversary ticket pool last year, because she was really, really strong at that time. I would even consider that she's still relatively strong until today, but like, remember, Dark is super stacked right now. You can technically kind of just not have her at all, and you'll still do fine. As long as you have, you know, the others limited characters or some shit. But if you don't, it's still fine. Valentine Clarice is still probably one of the very, very strong Dark limited characters until today. So if you want to go with that, sure, by all means. I think you can't go wrong with that. It's not like we're gonna see another Valentine character until next year, right? So, Summer Slat. Sorry, Anturia. Her character is, I feel like you kind of use her with the whole Vikala meme thing. Yeah, because she kind of has like a weird, I'm not even sure, is that even a glitch or like a feature at this point, because they didn't even change anything. Because like if you combine both her and Vikala, it's like you have, I don't know, like crazy amount of damage. The whole Ogi meme or the Ogi damage, whatever shit, like a cap, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Yeah, I don't even think that's a glitch anymore. I feel like that's kind of like a feature these days. So yeah, I guess if you want to do something like that, sure. But when it comes to like you buying an anniversary ticket for her though, I don't think that's a good idea, because like, yeah, I think other characters, even like her, is much better, you know. So yeah, moving on. Yeah, Summer Zoe. Conjunction. That's all I can say. Conjunction. Yeah, enough said. Conjunction. That's all you need to know. But just a short note though, if you're a new player, I highly suggest you do not buy this, because she's only probably relatively good in only for end game players, I would say, or even mid game players. Early game, she's not gonna be any use for you. Next is Halloween Lady Grey. When she was released in 2018, right? Yeah, if I recall correctly, she was released in 2018. When she was released at that time, she was relatively strong, and now she's still good. but not so good anymore because, like I said, Dark is so stacked that you don't even need a character like her anymore. So I guess for this anniversary ticket, you can kind of ignore her altogether. Yeah. Alright, moving on. Next, we have Summer Danoa. You just don't. Nice skin though, but just don't. Just don't. She's... Wow, her character itself is dog shit, man. Just don't. It's really bad, man. Just don't. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna round it up. Like, probably one of the few popular characters people will anyone would consider picking though. So yeah. Obvious ones I would definitely say is this one. Magisa is definitely a popular one. Zeta Vaseraga I would even consider a popular one too. The other one is Naru. Christmas Naru is definitely another popular one. Valentine Clarice I would even consider another popular one. Unfortunately, Grimnir is not in here because Grimnir is fucking OP as hell. But yeah, Grimnir is not in there unfortunately. The other popular one I would also consider is Meteon, because Meteon is just really insane too. Summer Cagliostro sure too I would consider, only if you didn't luck shit in the upcoming summer with roulette, right? So yes, Cagliostro, Europa, even Summer Europa, even Europa in general too. Yeah, I mean grand characters too I would consider popular as well, but only if you did not manage to roll for them. You know, like Kane, Eugen, Black Knight, Olivia, Strum, Drang, who else? Lucio, Summergrea, Folia. Yes, Folia. I almost forgot about Folia. Oh yes, I guess I could give like extra mention to Shiva and Zoe, because I don't really want to consider them too key right now, because in future I might actually pull down Shiva these days, because Shiva isn't really that much needed anymore, because Fire has quite a few characters to consider slotting in these days, and there's really no reason for you to slot the likes of Shiva anymore. But yeah, either way, Shiva is still relatively strong too. But like, yeah, for the likes of Zoe though, yeah, conjunction MET stuff. If you're not even using MET, what's the point, right? So yeah, Zoe is still nice, but you only use it for MET. Outside of that, not too much. Yeah, early game players, you're probably not gonna make use of that, unfortunately. Valentine Hair Potato is actually pretty okay as well, I suppose. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Yeah, she's pretty nice as well. I wouldn't say she's a bad pick either. Yeah, Helmel as well. Summer Helmel. Halloween Hallie is not too bad as well. Grand Vera. Christmas Metera is alright. Summer Nice as well. Yeah, then I mentioned Lucio earlier. But yeah, this two is meh. Don't think you really need to consider them at all. Yeah, then EO is kind of like shit, so I don't think you need that. So like then Dark, you just go for their weapons. Black Knight, you can use at least the character as well instead of just the weapons. Yeah, Clarice is probably going to be very popular as well. I would definitely say she's pretty popular. Yeah, so I guess that's it. Hopefully that helps you in some way. Yeah, I guess if you're still relatively like confused, or you don't really know how to pick and you want to have like more in-depth help or some shit, I guess you can just join my Discord server. There's a lot of helpful people in there, even though I'm not really doing much in there. Yeah, you can just ask a lot of those helpful people, because we are all nice people like chat. Or if not, just drop by my stream and ask for some stuff. I'm pretty certain even Twitch chat is relatively helpful as well. Or if not, I'll just try to help as much as I can. But yeah, that's really about it, I guess. I'm not going to talk about the weapons and all the other summons like I said in the beginning of the video. But yeah, that's about it for the 6th anniversary birthday whatever draw set thingy. So yeah, remember all the stuff I said in the beginning. Keep that in mind. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully this video helps you. If not, yeah, as always, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and comment, I guess, whatever character you picked or some shit. And yeah, go ahead. I don't really care anyway. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully see you guys on the next video or on stream. Bye bye.